bought this. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but this is actually a electric motor coupler. All right. I've never worked with this kind before. All right. So when I saw this, and what are the dilemma of an electric motor connecting to a car, of course, is you need something to tie in the electric motor to the transmission itself, right? And unfortunately, that's always one of those tough things that you have to work with. So here's the deal. I've never worked with this before, but I've seen pictures where this is pretty cool and pretty useful. And here's what this is. So this is a coupler that has two ends, right? And then it has this rubber gasket or a rubber thing in the middle, right? And so the trick, of course, is this ties into the electric motor. You put this in, and then you tie this onto the transmission side, and voila, you now have a good connection. All right. So not knowing how big this is, when I ordered it and it came to the house and I saw it this size, I had a concern. Here's my concern. When I bought the motor that matches with this, which is an electric DC motor, here it is. Here's the problem. All right, so the good news is it'll connect in. Like, for example, if I were to show you this, right? So this goes like this, and then it comes with screws to lock it down. Then you put this on top, and then of course, my trick is, of course, is I get the clutch, and then I weld to this. Therefore, I now have a good connection between the transmission and the electric motor. Here's my problem. This electric motor is okay, but it's not the size that I wanted. I ordered the wrong one, okay? Normally, it should be yay high and double to triple the size of this, okay? This is a forklift motor. Unfortunately, this is the wrong side of the forklift motor. So the forklift motor comes with two motors. One of them is to drive the car itself, the forklift itself, and that is usually fairly substantial. I mean, if you guys take a look, you'll see, for example, the warp motors and the net gain motors. That's what I mean. So when I took a look at this, I thought it was the same size. It was not. So what that means is I don't think this is strong enough to do what I want it to do. However, I think it's good enough for me to move the car. All right. So I bought this. It's a used item. I won't be able to return it. So I'm just going to use this to mock up the EV conversions. Okay. So one of the things to do, of course, is to test to make sure it works. So what I have over here is a charger. You see it? So what I'm going to do here is let me do this. Let me put that there, right? So I'm going to connect this in. All right. So as you can see, I've got the negative at the bottom. So if we were to do this, hear it? See it? And in essence, that's how the things work. Okay. So now, ideally, you don't connect this directly into a power source and battery and stuff like that. You connect it to what I showed you guys earlier on, right? So for example, you connect that wiring over to the controller over here. So as you can see, the controller is as big as the motor, which in itself is not a good thing. So here's the clutch for the 914, right? So you're gonna see in another video where I'll tear this apart and I will mount it over to the coupler, okay? But at least now you guys get some idea of what's going on and what I'm going to do. This engine is definitely too small, but I may be able to make it roll. Let's try it out. The good news is once we have the whole entire setup, I could always swap it out for another motor, and then life goes on because the rest of the environment, the connection to the transmission, the connection to the DC motor, the connection to the battery pack, as well as the shunt and the contractor and all that stuff. And you guys are going to come with me to do all that. Okay. We will start to build this out. beyond the traditional, Porsche rebuilds. We're gonna do the electric portion as well. So don't be surprised that you're gonna have a mixed match of both. If you're just a Porsche guy, I will make sure that there's enough content for you to enjoy, as well as learn the electric portion. You may not want to know at the moment, but down the road, if you do, you can. And then for folks who are electric builders or electric, conversion folks, I'm hoping to try to get them into my channel as well to give us feedback, information, and growth, so we can all learn as a community. All right. So that's just a quick test of the electric motor itself. I'm sorry to say that it's not the size that I want, but we will make do with what we can. Okay, guys. All right. Talk to you later.